Before I do any kind of mindfulness work with people, I want to make sure that we have a sense of safety built into the nervous system, or that we have some tools that we can use if the brain gets a little revved up. So I'm going to share these 4 tools with you. And the first one is pretty simple. We're going to start sitting in a chair with your feet on the ground. And some traditions start by noticing the breath, but we're not going to do that because for some people, the breath kind of kickstarts some anxiety or trauma. So we're going to start by focusing on sensations in the body. So place your hands on your thighs, sit upright yet relaxed. Notice your feet. This is called touch points. Notice your feet against the ground. If you can't feel or sense your feet, wiggle your toes. Notice the sensations as you move your toes, and then just relax and be still. Notice the residue. Now notice the sensations at your hips, the back of your legs, your butt, and feel the weight of your seat. Feel your body occupying the chair. Notice the weight, the texture, the sensation of your leg against the chair, your hips against the chair. Notice the temperature, if it's warm or cool, texture. And if you can't feel anything, then again, you might do that kind of like push down, relax, or squeeze your legs and then relax and notice the difference. Sometimes we need that contrast. And now notice your hands against your thighs. So feel the weight of your hands, feel the temperature, the texture. Again, if you can't feel anything, sometimes we're kind of cut off from the body. If you can't feel anything, wiggle your fingers or kind of move your hands up and down the thighs and then stop. So we're noticing these 3 places, these 3 touch points of our body against our environment and how our environment is holding us up, is supporting us. When you're really revved up and your system is in fight or flight, being still and relaxing isn't accessible. So you're gonna need a towel for this. A hand towel will do just fine. This is a little bit bigger. And you're gonna take one hand each on a side. And then we're gonna do a little bit of contrast here. So we're gonna like wring the towel. And as you do this, you're focusing on all of the strength, the tightness, the tension as hard as you can. You're wringing it out. You're coming into your body. Feel that tension, that conflict in the body. Notice it. Bring all of your attention to it. I'm feeling it in my shoulders, in my hands. And then ever so slowly release. One tiny bit at a time. And notice that release. Notice what shifts. Take all of your attention there, a little bit at a time. Noticing, sensing, tracking the physical sensations. Coming into the body, out of that crazy wild mind. And then once you've completely relaxed, slowly letting your fingers relax, placing your hands down, and then notice the body now. Notice the difference between all of the tension when we started the exercise, and now feel what's left in your body. If your mind is calling your attention, just come back again and again to the felt sense, the felt experience of what's left in your body. The third skill I teach as a mental health first aid is very simple, and it just revolves around looking and taking in your environment. When you're in a state of anxiety, you're really caught up in a narrow point of view. You've got like blinders on. So for this, we're gonna expand our view and slowly, that's the key with anything trauma related, slowly look around us. So we're moving the head and neck, which is our related to our social nervous system, which is what we need. We need social cues to relax the brain and feel safe. So I'm taking my gaze and I'm slowly looking around me, my environment, taking in what I see and landing on neutral stimuli. So that just means something that's not charged with stress. So it's great to do outside, you know, with nature. But I'm in my office, so I'm noticing plants, and I just mentally name what I see. I see a candle, lights, a lamp. And so you're registering safety every time you see something and you name it, and you're slowly taking it in. And you're moving your eyes, you're moving your neck. There's no rush here. You've got all the time in the world. You might notice a sigh, a deep breath. And you also want to look behind you, because we need to make sure that there's no danger behind us. So we're slowly taking it in, noticing where the eyes land, mentally naming it in our mind. And then once you feel a little bit more oriented, you just come back to the center. And now you just shift your attention. So that was one piece of it. You can do that anytime. The next piece is to just sense into the back side of your body. So I'm feeling the back of my head, noticing sensations there. Maybe I can feel kind of the hair on the back of my head or in the back of my neck. Maybe I feel the temperature of the air on my skin. I'm sensing into my shoulder blades, the back of my torso, the spine. And I'm sensing the space behind me, the energy. We're always kind of moving forward, but the brain, it needs to know it's safe behind us too. So feel into the back body, the back of the legs and thighs, the hamstrings, glutes, calves, back of the ankles. Almost as if you have like a sixth sense, the sensing behind. And then just take in the whole body, the sensations as a whole. Great job. And for our last exercise to calm the nervous system and register a sense of safety, this involves a wall. So make sure that you have a sturdy wall, and you're just going to stand up against it. Place your back, your head, your shoulders, your hips, butt against the wall. And you might even press back into the wall. Feel how secure it is. Feel that the wall has you supported. It's got you. You're not going anywhere. You can't fall backwards. No one's attacking you. You're just feeling that nice, cool sensation of the wall. And you're noticing the physical sensations. So notice the temperature, the texture. Feel sensations at your head as your head is against the wall. Notice any sensations in the upper back and shoulder blades. Feel the hips against the wall. So you're directing your attention in very specific ways that are related to sensations in the body. Because it's through sensations that we move energy, that we move emotions, that we move things that are stuck within us. So if you're ever feeling kind of flighty or like, oh, I can't calm down, get your back against a wall. Feel that support. And just stay there as long as you need to.